How y'all doing? Derby Jack here. Well, I'm very disappointed. Disappointed in mankind. I'm disappointed in Christians. I'm very disappointed. You know, this is 9 days now, and there's a lot more going on about Charlie Kirk. Um, I hear Charlie Kirk's name more than I hear the name Jesus anymore. I thought it was bad when Trump was being worshipped. But now, I hate to say it, a man is being worshipped up from the grave. And it ain't Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm seeing an ugliness here. I'm seeing a situation where a lot of people are going to be lost. And these are so called Christians. I call them so called now because they're going to get lost in this. And they're going to lose their souls in this. And because they're going to want a hero. Our hero died and was risen up on a cross and died and then resurrected again. That's our only hero. You're all looking for something that doesn't exist. Whether it's in Trump, whether it's in somebody else. You think that political stances are going to, either left or right, are going to make the world better. It isn't going to happen. There's a plan. It's beyond them. This plan had been in the working since the creation. This plan has been in the working ever since the fall. Now, I'm not talking about Satan's. I'm not talking about mankind's. I'm talking about God's plan. He's to redeem His people, His souls, beyond anything they're doing, beyond anything said on Fox Network, CNN. But here's the thing that really, really gets me. Nobody cares about life, flesh, anymore. I always said we shouldn't care about this, but when it comes down to where we don't care about it to the point where we don't care about the life that the flesh is packaging, the life force, the soul that the flesh has trapped inside of it. The soul is within this. And yet that doesn't matter anymore to humanity. It doesn't matter anymore. When people get old and people get broken mentally and spiritually and physically, people who've gone to wars to fight for this worthless land, to fight for this worthless government. And it's coming to a point I'm kind of figuring out we're probably a worthless people. To fight for a land and then be thrown out in the street and now demonized that you're alive because you dirty up the street by your existence. This is what the undercurrent that I've been talking about for the last 5 days, or actually a week now, since the Fox News and Brian Kilmeade had stated, kill the unfranchised, kill the homeless. So I guess this is what America is now. It's okay to kill. Y'all support another country, a bunch of Zionists who like to kill, rape, torture. This is America. This is what we are now. Are you proud, America? Are you proud to be a bunch of murdering, cowardly killers? Being known as the future. We were the ones that took away and made sure that there were no more homeless. We took care of that problem. But you won't tell nobody in the future like you don't like to tell anybody now about things, right? What was the future? Oh, you're going to hide what happened. Oh, we made everybody live in homes. No, you killed half the population to do it. That's what the future generations you're going to hide from them, right? Like the Holocaust and all. You like to hide shit. You like to say it never happened. And you Zionists, okay? You know who you are. I've been reading the book of Lamentations, okay? I'm going to tell you something. You know, Jeremiah lamented. I mean, he was praying because the Zionists came in and destroyed every. They allowed things to happen. They allowed other gods to come in. You people have never changed. You're all the same. You're still the same people that Zechariah, that Jeremiah, that all of the prophets had to deal with, that God had to deal with, the same reprobate minds. You Jews ain't no different than you were back then. And you're killing off the real Israelites. That's what you're probably doing. Right, right, right. Netanyahu, you Yahoo. I don't care that about me anymore because they're not going to take me off. They won't let me grow, so I don't give a shit no more. I'm going to say what I want to say, what needs to be said. I do not like this country. I do not like what's happening to the the people in this country. You all need to wake up because right now, this thing that's going on, this racism, that Trump has opened up so many scabs with his racism. The man needs to be put away. You want to put needles in people? There's a man that needs a couple needles in him. He needs something to take him down for a while, put him to rest for a while, and try to get things back in order. But we know that's not going to happen. What happened at the UN was a big shim sham. It was just a bunch of people talking, just trying to cause a war. You know, wars are money. Every country makes money off a war. Even the losers will make money in the end after a war. They get money given to them to rebuild again, right? We're no different than we ever were. Humanity's never changed. Humanity by itself will always be a damaged product. If there were aliens, they don't want nothing to do with us. They trade us off for something that works. We don't work right. We're mentally broke. Humanity has gone as far as humanity's ever going to go. You're not going into space anymore. You never did. Okay? You're all so stupid to believe all this stuff. Believe all your science. Believe all your fairy tales. The thing of it is, none of this is real. And everything that you think you believe in is not real. This is a fabricated universe right now, a fabricated way of thinking. Everybody is egotistically prideful, and there's no heart no more. There's no compassion anymore, unless it can make somebody some money or make somebody important. If they found a body of a dead child, it could be used as propaganda for somebody. Think about that. Think about that for a moment. You're a propagandist. What do you look for? You look for the dirtiest, filthiest circumstance you can. That's what you look for. You look for the biggest lies. You look for the things that are out there. Propaganda so you can make money off it. As I look for lies to expose, you look for lies to use. Many of you truthers out there have traded yourselves off. You've traded your souls, and some of you say you're Christians, and I've heard a lot of you out there who say you're Christians. No. You're too polished around the edges and saying certain words that I would not say, and putting things together that I personally wouldn't put together. You know, another thing for all of you people, I hope none of you all lost your minds and sold everything you had because you thought you were going to be raptured. And I hope from this point on, all you people who like to listen to rapture shit, here's the thing. Anybody who talks about rapture, turn around and run. Or argue with them. or throw or if you know enough of the word, show them. Okay? There's no rapture the way you all think of it. I've told you what your rapture is going to be. You're going to die in your rapture. Your rapture, your personal rapture, my personal rapture is when I die. Okay? You're going to be taken off from this world. Now, what happens to you is going to be a judgment. Okay? You're going to be resurrected for a judgment. When you're judged, then you're going to either be able to get through the pearly gates eventually, or you're going to be spit out of the mouth of God. That's how it is. All the shit that everybody's doing here, this ain't going to get you to heaven. This ain't going to mean nothing to God. I voted for Trump, but God don't give a crap. I voted for that. Doesn't matter. I did. It doesn't care. He don't care. Did you trust in him? Did you walk in his commandments? Did you live for him? Did you read his word? Did you pray to him? He don't care about the other shit. He don't care about presidencies. He don't care about governments. He cares about hearts. He cares about souls. This is just a platform to see so he can read your soul. You're playing on a game field, okay? Basically, let's put it this way. Satan and God, or God and Satan, are the players. We are the pawns. You're either going to be under God as a pawn, or you're going to be under Satan as a pawn. I'd rather be under God. Why? Because God is truthful. Because God is wise. Because God keeps his promises. The other side, lies, 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 doesn't keep promises, lies, 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 fabricates, lies, 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 lies. I can go on. That's the other side. Full of lies, full of fabrications, full of lies. Full of death, full of sickness, full of disease, full of brokenness. Can't keep promises. That's the other side. So you have a choice. You have a choice. You live for God as a servant, or you live for them as a slave. But this world, all the stuff's going on, a lot of y'all are worshiping a dead man. I have not been able to turn this on and not see a clip of Charlie Kirk saying something. Are we living, believing in the red letters that are written in this book? Or are we believing in the words that were said by Charlie Kirk? Does Charlie Kirk dupe Jesus Christ? Does Charlie Kirk's words dupe the Bible? I mean, I know he was supposed to be a Christian. But being that he's dead, it seems that he's bigger to life than Jesus was. And that is your Achilles heel, Christians. Just like you propped up Trump, now you're propping up a dead man. And this man is being propped up to be above Jesus. Don't tell me any different, because I'm seeing it online. I'm seeing it how people are acting. I see how people talk about the man. They talk him up more than they would talk Jesus. Now, I'm not trying to put Charlie Kirk down. I'm just saying that y'all are making this man in something he really wasn't. And I have heard Charlie Kirk speak in the past, and he has been racist. He has been against, certain things, and also he died because they didn't like that he was talking against their Zionist machine. So, y'all gotta, there's only one to worship. You only worship one. That's God in Christ. You can't worship anything else. Because if you do, if you're going to church and you're worshiping a man who's dead, worshiping the words of a man who's dead, this video or this AI thing that they made up when they were doing his ceremony, his funeral, he's speaking, he's up there with Paul, and sacrilege. I mean, that was just sacrilege. That was an abomination. I really don't even think that Charlie Kirk himself would have wanted you to do that. And I'm not trying to speak for a dead man. I'm just saying that if he was a Christian of any type, he would not have wanted that. So all that stuff you people are doing, I'm embarrassed. If you tell me you're a fellow Christian, you believed in all that, oh, Charlie Kirk was such a beautiful. I don't want nothing to do with you. I, I, I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. You're not the type of Christian that I personally want to be with. I don't want to deal with. No, I don't deal with all that crap. That's all make believe. That's all propped up propaganda. That man is now a dead man. Respect him for that and let the man die. Y'all won't let the man die. I mean, like I said, if you didn't know that Charlie Kirk had been assassinated, you could turn on the internet and see all types of stuff. You wouldn't think he's gone. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. I feel that America right now has turned Charlie Kirk into your new savior. And I am appalled. I am appalled. I am aggravated, appalled. I am sickened to the stomach. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to go throw up after I'm finished with this. That's how sick I feel about this. Jesus Christ has been thrown to the wolves, and a new replacement has been put in. And I'm not demonizing Charlie Kirk when I say this. This has nothing to do personally with him. It has to do with what you've made of him. It has to do with what you all are doing with the memory. This is a great opportunity, right? Y'all pick it up. You Christians are picking up some pretty bad influences. You guys are picking up some pretty bad stuff, along the way in your walk. Picking up some pretty dark things in your lives as you walk as a Christian. Still picking up a lot of darkness from the crevice. Still compromising your faith. Compromising what you think is your belief. Compromising because your ego and your pride must stay intact. Not happy. Not happy whatsoever. This has got me. Boy, I've been wanting to do music. I can't do music. I've been trying to work on a song that I got to record here, and I just don't feel it. I don't feel musical. I really don't. I mean, it's like, it just isn't. I'm sitting here fighting earlier, trying to get some music down, record. I just didn't feel it. And I tried recording something yesterday and it sounded like crap. I'm just not there. Why? My spirit is angry. My spirit ain't musical today. It's angry. It's angry at fellow Christians. It's angry at the lies that people are accepting, the deceptions that people are accepting. It pisses me off. Literally pisses me off. So anyway, let's open this up and see where God takes me. Hmm. Ooh, I may have read this before. Daniel 11. 3. 1 3. A mighty king shall stand up that shall rule with great dominion and do according to his will. And when he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken and shall be divided toward the four winds of heaven. And not to his posterity, nor according to his dominion which he ruled, for his kingdom shall be plucked up, even for others beside those. Wow. Goes on to King of the South, all this. You need to read this stuff for yourself. Wow. What's happening? All these kingdoms and all these people, the kingdom of America, the kingdom of Britain, you got the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you got all these kingdoms. What's the talk about the end times? About 7 kingdoms? We're a kingdom. But we're failing. We're a failing kingdom. We're falling. We're broken. We're distraught. We're weak. America's got the greatest military. Weak-minded. Fighting and being weak-minded are 2 different things. You know, big, strong brutes are basically what they are. You know, brutes. You know, Goliath. You know, and you know, was a big, dumb thing. He was a dumb. Okay? The only thing he had going for him was his brute strength. His big, giant brute strength, his muscles. But he wasn't a thinking man. He wasn't the type of guy that, you know, that could do science, you know, make up numbers and make up things that aren't real. He wasn't that crafty in his head. All he knew how to do was fight. Brute force. Okay? That's basically, you know, seems like what we got going on here. I got a lot of bruteness, a lot of brute force going on. Trump, good example of a brute, you know, a real brute, you know. He's a good example of the street thug, you know, the 20s, you know, street thug, you know, good example. Will he ever be anything? He's the president of the United States. What do you mean? He won't be remembered. Do you not understand that? People like him won't be remembered. The things that he did are not going to be written in stone. Okay? Maybe here, but that can all be crumbled. But it won't be written anywhere in heaven as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to see that golden-haired thing up in heaven. I want him out of my mind. I want him gone, as if he never existed. Isn't that what renewal is supposed to be? A renewing, a newness of life, a newness, not a renewing, but a newness of life. When we go to heaven, I want a newness of life. I don't want to remember this. I don't want any of this in my memory banks. I want to be free totally. I mean, what good is going to heaven if you have the memories of this crap? I want a memory of my grandma. And you ain't going to need to remember because you're going to be a different creature. So we are going to be different creatures. The human creature no longer is going to exist. So everything that we were tied down to isn't going to exist. We're going to be separated from that. Don't you want to be separated from all the anguish? Don't you want to be separated from all the anger? Don't you want to be separated from all the lovelessness? Don't you want to be separated from all the coldness? Don't you want to be separated from all the hate? Don't you want to be separated from all the death, disease, brokenness? Don't you? I know I do. I don't want to remember anything. Nothing. And when I wake up, all I want to know is that I did good and now I'm with God forever. That's all I want to care. That's all I care about. So when I die here, I want this gone. I don't want memories of any of it. Nothing. What so freaking ever. Because I'm going to be in a newness of life. Away from this. No anger. No hatred. Don't have to worry about racism. It ain't going to be there. Ain't going to have to worry about riches. We will be the riches. We're riches for God. We're the gold. We're the pearls. We're the diamonds. I'd rather be a beautiful, shiny pearl for God than to be a nothing here. a dried up, dead thing of an old world that fell. Worse than Humpty Dumpty. Couldn't be put back together again. And humanity, I hate to tell you, we only have so much longer to go. God is not going to let us. He can only let us defile ourselves for so long until his heart can't take it no more. How God is dealing with this, I couldn't imagine. God has the power right now to swipe out everything. And he won't do it right now. That's amazing to me. That's amazing that he has the willpower to hold back his hatred, his anger from all these flesh bags who have allowed themselves to fall prey. And all of you Christians who fall away, you know how angry that makes him? That you fell asleep? Just like Jesus had to deal with the apostles when they fell asleep on him. Fell asleep. Turned away. Died unsaved. Died, lost your salvation. You can tell I'm not happy. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in many Christians right now. I'm disappointed in Christianity. I really am. I'm disappointed in churches that not even, it seems like there ain't many out there that are really, really standing. And if they were standing, I don't know. I just haven't been able to see it. I haven't felt it. I haven't felt any type of spiritual power from creators out there. I'm not seeing and feeling any spiritual power. That's what I keep talking about. Even on here, you need to be able to know and feel and understand the spirit. There's maybe only a few out there, very few, but the rest of them, money making. You're talking about the truth, but only doing it for the point of making money and building up your numbers. That's all. Because there's no heart behind it. No sacrifice behind it. There's no rage behind it. There's no real anger behind it. It's all propagated bullshit. So, and I say that to a lot of you creators out there who are saying you're Christian. I will eventually start putting stuff underneath you creators to let you know who I am. I'm a man of God with power from on high, and you may not have it. Which means that you are operating on your own. And maybe operating on the outside of God, which means you're operating with demons. You're compromising your faith. So you got 100 million people subscribe to you, and when I listen to what you say, I'm talking about a good many of them out there, about good 12, 13, 14. I've know that I've seen. Y'all have no passion in your preaching or teaching. It's all theological. There's no spiritual guidance whatsoever. It's all book knowledge. It's all historical knowledge. We need something now. That's what I try to preach. I'm preaching on things that you need to stand on now. I don't care about what happened 5,000 years ago. I mean, I do, but not to the point to where we keep bringing it up. We need to know what we need to do now. 5,000 years ago isn't going to change what's going on now. So, in saying all that, I love you all. Pray for people who need to be prayed for. Pray for the Holtz. Pray for Tommy's healing. I got to get in touch with you, Tommy. I know you're waiting for me to call you, and I've just not been feeling well. I'll get back in touch with you soon. So anyway, in saying all that, I love you all. Derby Jack out. See you all on the other side.